this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm taking part in the Pootlers team video hop. We are Sam Hammond-Donald's Stampin Up team, and she's known as Pootlers, and so we are the Pootlers. And we have a video hop today, lots and lots of inspiration for you from our new mini catalogue. So this is the mini catalogue. If you've got a copy, then I hope you've enjoyed perusing it. If you don't have a copy, let me know and I can pop one in the post to you. And today for my card I am using the Christmas Banners bundle, which is this bundle here. Really lovely stamp set with lots of nice greetings, sentiments, and some foliage stamps. And then in the die set, all the banners can be die cut, plus all the foliage, plus there's some standalone foliage pieces. So really lovely. This is our card for today. So I've used one of the banners, I've embossed it in gold. I've used one of the celebration papers as my background, and then used different colour greens and early espresso and real red to make up the foliage background. So I hope you like it, and I'm going to show you how I made it. So we're starting off today with, we're going to do it, so this one I based on red. This one I'm basing on Pear Pizzazz, and instead of the gold spotty paper I'm using, so this one was gold, today I'm using silver. This panel measures 15 centimetres by 10.5 centimetres, and my panel measures 9.9 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. So there's a 3mm border all the way around there. So I'm just going to come in with some Tombow, stick down my panel. So this is our card base. So there's lots and lots of inspiration on this video hop today. So I do hope when you've watched my video that you'll hop along and watch everybody else's. If you've got time to leave people a message, I know they would love it. If you could leave a comment on their videos, that would be really great. It means so much. And it also helps with the algorithm of pushing us up the table a little bit so more people see us. So it's really valuable if you do have time to leave a comment. So just make sure that you've got all the borders spaced nicely around the outside. Pop that, and then I can pop this to one side and come back to that in a minute. Meanwhile, we're going to emboss our banner, and I'm going to do it in silver today rather than gold. And so I've got a piece of Whisper White card here. I've got my embossing buddy. Go over there. And then I've got the banner here. Got to work out which way round I want it. I want it that way round. And some Versamark. So I'm going to take my Versamark, pat that all over. This is a clear sticky ink that you can use for embossing, so the powder will stick to it. And then just position that. Give it a good push. And then take the silver embossing powder and put it on there. Now, despite the fact that I used my embossing buddy, I have got a few bits hanging over there. So I'm just, not that these would show actually, because I'm going to die cut this out, but just we don't want any excess, and just a few little spots in there. So let's just get rid of those. It's not the greatest of paintbrushes I've chosen here. It's got a bit of a splayed end. I've got some much more pointy ones than that are better. Right, now before we heat emboss that, we're going to add the Merry Christmas. So back to the Versamark. Because you've now got the powder on here, you can actually see where you're stamping. Sorry if my head's in the way for a minute. So there's the Merry. Hoping I've got that positioned right. And the Christmas. And then once again, we'll bring in the silver embossing powder. There we go. Merry Christmas. Perfect. Oh, so once again, let's just brush off a little bit the excess. I don't know what that is that's sticking to, because I did use my embossing buddy. But hey ho. Right, now a little bit of noise for a minute while I heat emboss that. Quite a noisy tool this, but it does do the job really well and really efficiently. It's got this narrow spout which nozzle which directs the hot air directly to where you want it. There we go. Can you see it changing? Magic is happening. There we go, fab. There we go. Right, and then I just need the die. What have I done with the die? Here it is. So this is the set. I showed you in the catalogue, but this is the set we're using. So we've got all the stamps here, and I mounted the dies on a piece of magnetic tape to keep them all together. So let's just take that off there. Let's position this die into place. So lining up all the edges, and then use a piece of washi tape, another little bit of washi tape so it doesn't move in there, and then we're just going to pop that through the embossing machine. So I'll just get rid of my grid paper, get my plates. Looking very worn, but they do work. Oh, I'm going to have to cut this down because it's a little bit big to go through this little embossing machine. There we go. Yes, I'm really liking these banners actually. It wasn't a set that jumped out to me originally in the catalogue, but the more I've had it and worked with it, I'm really liking it. I do like a bit of Christmas foliage. So there we go. There is our Christmas banner. Lovely, there we go. Okay, so now we can bring back in our card base. First of all, I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the back here. If I can find them, there they are. Okay, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use some of this edging today because I want it to go all the way along there. So I'm going to take this piece of edging. Hope none of you throw this away when you have dimensionals because it's all usable. That bit can go there, and then taking off the backing without taking off the background sheet. There we go. And this bit can go here, and that means the banner will be held up away from the card, but there's room underneath for me to poke some stems when I start putting the foliage on. So there's our card base. Let's make sure we get it the right way up. And there's our banner. And that is just going to be positioned there. Great. Okay, now I have done a bit of preparation for this next bit because I didn't think it would be very interesting to watch me die cutting. But I will show you the dies that I've used. So I've used this one. And I've cut 2 of those out of Pear Pizzazz. On the other card, I cut those out of Garden Green. I'll leave that there for you to see. Got 2 of those. And then I have got 2 of these cut from Old Olive. And they were cut with this die. And then I've got 2 of these, which look a bit like mistletoe to me, but rounded leaves, and those were cut out with this die. And then we've got 2 little sprigs here, cut out in early espresso, and those were cut out with this die. And then the dots, the berries on there, were cut out with this one. And what I've actually done with the berries is I cut out 3 times as many as I needed, and I have layered them on top of each other. So I've got 3 layers, so they will just have a bit of dimension to them. This one I did layer them onto dimensionals, but the dimensionals are only just fit underneath, and I wasn't sure I liked that effect, so I've changed it up a little bit. So all we've got to do now is mount all our foliage onto here. So I'm going to start with I think these are pine tree sprigs, would you say? Just poke out the missing bit, the bits that need to be missing. Like so. There we go. Right, and we're going to put one here. So I'm not going to stick down the ends, I'm just going to stick down this bit. just the tail, the stalk of it, not the leaves, the needles themselves. That one goes there, so it will hold up from the paper a little bit and give a little bit more dimension to the piece. And there we go, and this one is going to go, oops, there. And then we'll have one of these pieces which will go like that. So you can build up your own patterns of foliage with these shapes. So this one, I'm just using the dies. You could just use the stamps, or you could use a combination of stamps and dies, which would be quite nice, I think. I'm just starting off by just using the die cuts, just to show you how versatile this this set could be. There we go. Like so, just pop that one in there, might put that under there a little bit, and this one. So you can see I'm using the tiniest amounts of glue just to layer them down at the top, and then we've just got the berries and this twigs to put on. So it's a very easy little card, this one, to do. Now this I am going to do the whole twig, so I want this all to be flat against the card blank. So I'm just going to do that, and then that's going to pop into there. Oh, it's looking quite nice in silver. It's a very different vibe, actually. I'm really loving these banners. Like I said, they didn't really appeal first time through the catalogue, but I'm quite liking them now. There we go. Oh, doesn't want to go under. There we go. Get that under there. And then, like I said, with the berries, I've layered them up in 3 layers of each, so they're going to have a little bit of dimension all of their own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a blob of glue at the end of all these branches, like so, and then come along and put the berries on. Like so, and they have got quite a nice dimension to them. I don't know what this is meant to be, actually, because they're not quite holly berries, are they? Don't know, some other kind of Christmas berry, I guess. Quite nice though, and they're definitely Christmassy. There's that one, and then we'll just put... So this is a very quick little card to make. I know I'd prepared some of the die cuts, but you could bulk do that. Could spend an evening doing that. So if you wanted to mass produce this card, I think it would be quite easy to do for all your Christmas cards this year. I have said before, I'm not really a great one for Christmas crafting in August, and especially in the UK at the minute when we're having the hottest temperatures that we've had for a long while. It does seem very strange to be Christmas crafting, but as this video hop was for the new catalogue, and most of the new catalogue is Christmas, I just thought I would do one more card in August and then definitely leave all my Christmas crafting till September, I think. There we are. There are my 2 cards, one in silver, one in gold. Hope you like that. Do you like the different effect of the berries? I wonder which one you like. One that's mounted on dimensionals, or the one that's just layered up with cardstock. Hope you like them. I think they're quite nice. I'm quite pleased with those. And please do keep hopping. Below there will be a list of all the people taking part, all the links that you need. Please do just have a cuppa and take some time to look through all the videos and see the amazing things that people are producing. I'm sure you won't be disappointed. But thank you so much for joining me today. I'm Jill. I'm from Paper Daisy Crafting. I've enjoyed entertaining you today, and I hope you'll come back soon. Thanks very much. Bye bye.